hello, my spookies. Welcome back to Feline Forensics, which has turned out to be a much larger game than I anticipated, but I am not complaining about that because we have things to do. It means it's not over too quickly. Look, we got 2 things done already. The film is being... Yay! So we talked to everyone, we got all of this other stuff. We have film that's definitely going to be a sus clue, but it's being developed by the police. And right now, we just kind of go talk to people. Let's see, was anyone lying? Is anyone a liar, pants on fire? No. So, what do we do while we wait? Oh, we have the keys! But we don't know where the door is. Something about arms outstretched. That's it. I remember. Arms outstretched. I'm pretty sure that's going to be up in fine art. Ooh. Did I look at this one? Also, please don't shoot me if I don't remember the voices I gave everyone. It's been a couple days. The plaque reads... Enedi Plateau? Sure. Cavern painting circa 6000 BC. Questions like how could they possibly have transported this cave rock aren't even worth asking. But how did they transport the cave rock? Oh. I'm pretty sure spiritual stones get me every single time. Okay, and we did look at all of these, right? Alright. Arms out. Oh, wait. I definitely did not look at that. What is that? The plaque reads, Love is in the Litter by Banksby. Art isn't in the paper or the paint. It's in the little shredder inside the frame, I think. Sure, I suppose. I thought there was... Did I read this one? The plaque reads, composition with dark gray, lighter gray, white, and yellow by Piet Mandrail. Some might argue this, in its simplicity, isn't real art. Don't kill me. I would agree. I have a very, very simple definition of art. It's extremely simple. If I can do it, it's not art. Very simple. The picture on the right. I cannot do that. No way. It's amazing. All these landscapings, holy crud. That's incredible. I cannot do that. I learned how to paint squares in kindergarten. But that's just me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And that's just my opinion, because I don't get it. And I'm not some people. It just doesn't, like these things. I can't do that. Holy crud, like people who do that kind of stuff. Did I even look at this? Yeah, the water lily. Yeah, Monet. I got that opinion very quickly when I went to the DIA is an extremely famous art museum. It's the only big art museum we have here, right? Sorry, I'm gonna be just spinning around trying to find. It's not this, is it? That doesn't count as open arm, does it? No. And on the wall in the modern art section was it was a yellow square and a red square. And it was titled Deconstructed Sunset. And it was a red square and a yellow square. And that's it. And I went, I'm so... Like this stuff. I can't do this stuff. The TVs. I can do that. But would not count that one as art. But again, it's just like, I don't... I think mine is a simple definition, and I honestly think it's a fair definition because that's why I have that definition. Now, people will say that I am wrong, and that's fine. Art is supposed to be, you know, It's how you feel. That's the point of art. Open arms. Oh, hey. 1 second. The plaque reads fair, yeah. This fair looks a bit familiar. Like the symbol on that labeled key I found. There was a symbol? I hate to rearrange the curator's exhibits. Oh, let's just rip it off the wall without permission, but I think that's probably the least of their concerns right about now. Wow, a keyhole hidden behind the artwork, and it's opened a secret doorway. Now that never gets old. Was there, hold on. Wait, now I can examine it? Or no, it just said something. Hold on. Oh, I see it now just looking at it from here, but oh, I did not know that's what that picture was. I thought that there was literally like a religious something and there was like, oh, but maybe I'm just hallucinating again. Yes! It led us right into the museum's back room. I see a computer there on the desk. That's probably my best bet to get a hold of the security system's data. Oh, your apostrophe's in the wrong place. Security systems data. That's what it is. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of other things to investigate as well, so let's get to it. I see anything. Look, I can rotate the camera. Haha. This seems like a pretty sturdy box of tools and fairly well stocked for a museum. I mean, you still have maintenance. They're all in pretty fine shape, too, considering the layer of dust on most of them. Oh, this is a good-looking screwdriver. Never know when you'll need one of these. I know exactly what to do with that. There was that one vent we could actually interact with. I will bet you anything that screwdriver goes to that vent. I will bet you anything. You really gonna make me... No, I cannot inspect it. I found this in the museum's maintenance room, but there isn't much more to be said about it. Not even entirely sure I'll need to use it, but I have it just in case. Standard tool to tighten and loosen screws. Just in case you weren't sure what a screwdriver was. This case has proven complex enough that I can't afford to miss any details. Besides, this bookshelf is organized far better than the one in my office, so it's much easier to find anything intriguing. You should see me shelve things on the librarian game. Like this! A file folder marked classified. I could never overlook that. I suppose it's not unusual for a museum to keep sensitive documents. Is it not unusual? What museum is keeping sensitive documents? But these are redacted so extensively, even for a contract. Except one phone number? Weird. I wonder who's on the other end. I should give it a call. I don't have a phone. What am I supposed to do with that? There's no phone. Someone hung a few drawings on the wall here. Rainbows, dinosaurs, and rocket ships are all standard fare for a child with crayons. Looks like the museum and an avian family there too. Is there a kid here? Not much to go on here, but cute nonetheless. Huh, that's a little sus. There's an old photograph hanging here. It's a bit faded. 6 people standing together posed for some sort of occasion. There's the curator, the guide, and the guard. But I don't recognize the other 3. It might turn out superfluous to the investigation. I bet I could learn, but I bet I could learn more. Let us investigate. Let's see, the confidential files, a series of semi-redacted documents found within the museum's maintenance room. The file folder is full of paperwork. From context clues, they appear to be contracts, statements, transcripts, and invoices. But why would you have that redacted? I have to redact this invoice. I suppose none of these would be strange for a business to keep record of, but the large swaths of redacted information is certainly unusual. There are no names or specific figures, but it does look like someone missed a phone number on one of the later pages. I wonder who's on the other end. What is this? There are 6 subjects in this photo, including the curator, the guard, and the guide of the current museum staff. Oh, so there might be 3 people who used to be on museum staff who no longer work for the museum, and they might have the fingerprints or whatever the heck for the glass case that wouldn't set off the security system, right? It looks like it was taken at at an event of some kind, and everyone is posed and smiling. I'm not entirely sure who the other people are, though, so I'll have to ask around for more information. This feels a bit familiar, doesn't it? I hope I won't have to deal with 2 password fiascos in one night. Nope, it's unlocked. Quite the stroke of luck. Now let's see about the security system. Most of the data here is obscured, probably encrypted. I suppose that's how they can justify keeping it unlocked. But it's most certainly a record archive. I can make out entries for the exhibit openings, door locking, and the alarm being triggered. Unfortunately, user information isn't revealed. There's no clear indication of who or what these signals are from. Ha! Looks like there's an export data function, and it doesn't require an administrator's override. I really wish, game, that you actually showed me this. I would like to do this myself. I'll have this data to... Wait, I'll have this data to the station and decrypt it in no time. For such a sophisticated system, this seems pretty easy. You know, learning how to English sometime. Oh, because it's exported to a floppy disk. Well, beggars can't be choosers. I've got what I need. Wow. I don't even know when the last time I saw an actual floppy disk was. I do know that the moment I realized I was a super old lady was when my niece, like, picked up a floppy disk and was like, wow, why did someone decide to 3D print the Microsoft Word save button? I'm an old Spooks, guys. Oh, we got a floppy disk. Logs generated from the alarm database and written to a data disk. Upon finding the alarm system in the museum's maintenance room, I was able to access the computer and export its database of logs. There's not much I can do with this by myself, though, since it appears to be written in a complicated syntax. Perhaps there's someone else I can have look through it. Okay. And I know we got some more words here. Not that that really helps me with all the nonsense that's going on back here, but... A blank blank. The blank... It's a blank blank. A blank blank. The blank to the... Now, I remember the pictures are clues. So... I'm assuming this page is talking about this room right here, because this one is that picture right there is the office that I'm in, and then this is, oh, the files are put on the disk. So I'm assuming in the photograph, right? The photograph that we found was the renowned blank, the grumpy blank, and the shady blank. Those are the 3 people that are in the photo that it's not showing me. Seems the blank between the blank and the blank put the blank into blank, but nothing was blank. Like, nothing was proven. We almost have all of the objects. A couple... Like, if I had to take a guess, I'd be like, the relationship between the blank and the blank. Do I have relationship? No, I don't think so. Like, was put... Yeah. The relationship between someone and someone put someone else into... I don't know. Into jail. Not sure. Is that a computer disk? Let's see, just look at items. A blank... something like a computer key, a alarm key, the blank to the blank. I don't think I know enough of this. I don't think I know enough of this. All right, so it gave me a little bit more for this. All right, all of those are gone. Like, there's other things that I wish that I could interact with. Sure is important. Oh, hi, Drizzy. The kids' drawings are kind of suspicious. I don't entirely... Oh, I can't get down. Gotta go over here. I don't entirely know what that's all about. But let's go talk to... I know I can talk to these... Oh, yes. But I want to give the police, which I am part of the police, I want to give them the data disk. Who should I call? Oh, let's call the police. Let's see if there's anything else they can help with tonight, as long as the officer hasn't gone home already. Detective! Hope the case is coming along smoothly. What can I do for ya? About the alarm. Officer, I hate to be an inconvenience, but I've got something else to send to the lab. Officer, are you... No sense in making you wait around, so here I am. What you got there, detective? Is that a real heist? You literally just said that! Shut up. Listen, I know I'm old. Get out of here. Is that a real-life save icon? What? No, it's a floppy disk. The museum's security system uses them for some reason, but I have no way to decrypt it. Honest to God, as crummy as they are, if you put stuff on actual floppy disks, people would be like, what do I do with this? Oof, you're right. This isn't gonna fit in a USB slot or a CD drive, honk. Ask one of the older officers about it. They'll know how to hack it. Can you hack a floppy disk? After a while, I'll call for an update. Sounds like a plan. I'll get these logs back to you as soon as I can. Unless my luck's run dry, this could lead to another breakthrough. What do you mean another? I haven't gotten a first breakthrough. It keeps getting later, so here's hoping. Alright, I did have something else. Oh, the strange number. Amongst all that redacted information, anyone could be on the other end. Thank you for calling Fennec Financial, your trusted partner in financial and creative services. Unfortunately, our office is currently closed. If you are a current client, you may dial your extension now and leave a message. Your account manager will return your call as soon as possible. If you are a prospective client, please leave your name, number, and a brief message. A member of our team will reach out soon. Thank you, and we look forward to bringing your artistic dreams to life. Record your message after the beep. Click. An investment firm, huh? I guess it makes sense for a museum to seek some reliable funding, but why all the secrecy? I doubt the curator will give me anything, and chances are slim that one of the other suspects knows about Fennec Financial. Oh, it's a fox! I'm like, where do I know? It's a Fennec fox, right? I'm pretty sure that's it. But it's worth trying. Oh, why is Z? Who's lying? Who's lying to me? Motive? So, can I put the, no, so it's not testimony, so it would be admission, no, it's classified documents. I see. That makes sense. Embezzlement was an assumption and probably a pretty extreme one at that. But for the curator to pay off the museum's debts with the gemstone, now that is certainly plausible. So they had a bunch of, oh, that's not what oh, financial fiasco. So they were actually in debt, not to like line his pockets or anything, but it was a last-ditch effort to pay off the museum's debts. Huh? Why do I have... Oh, the documents just... I gave the number a call, of course, but no one picked up. Instead, I was met with an automated message for a private investment firm. A privately owned museum seeking investments isn't unusual either, so why was it treated with such discretion? Well, I bet that the curator didn't do it. My guess would be that someone else did it. Ah, detective. I trust the investigation is going well. Of course. Alright, I have several things to discuss. We got, alright, personal questions about those drawings. Excuse me, what drawings do you mean? In the maintenance room, there was a handful hung on the wall, in crayon, I believe. I strain to understand why you would ever need to know anything about that. Does your snooping understand no discretionary bounds? This case has proven very complex, curator. I need to understand any possible angle or motive from everyone. Well, my son isn't one of your suspects. He's quite young, and I do not see him enough anymore. Until you can look at me with a straight face and prove pinning his scribbles on the wall is a crime, don't ask me about it again. As you wish. I'll ask you about something else instead. Additional details. Oh, I got a lot of stuff. All right, about these files. I have reasons to believe tonight's events may have been influenced by outside forces, and these documents have strengthened that suspicion. Unfortunately, there isn't much left here for me to investigate. Could you tell me more about them? I'm afraid you're wasting your time, and mine for that matter. Those are very standard for an institution such as this one. Not really. Not at all. Like, I do a lot of financial things. No, you have to keep those documents for... Organization is my jam. And so a lot of jobs that I've done at the offices, I would just become the organization person. It was the organization, not quite an office manager at my last job, but I've become the inventory manager and a little bit more at my current job just because I like it when all the numbers make sense. And you have to keep those files for years. Unredacted. Then why go through the effort of redacting so much of them? It was the investment firm's policy, so I obliged. They kept the museum afloat, so I didn't argue, nor did I believe there was any reason to. That seems extreme for what you're describing, but this isn't my specialty, so I'll take your word for it. I'd like to get your word on something else, if you wouldn't mind. Okay. About these logs. I exported them from the museum's security system. Ultimately, there's no need to disclose this, but I thought it was the right thing to do. I'm offended that you would subvert my authority, Detective, but I'm willing to look the other way on this. I understand you're just operating in the best interest of myself and the museum, so I can't fault you for that. I'm operating in the best interest of truth, which these shall facilitate. Oh, yes, silly me. And the pursuit of justice and all that, how could I forget? I don't see how you'll make much use of them when they're stored on that floppy disk, but do what you must. I'll do my best, you can count on that. For now, there's more I'd like to discuss, if you wouldn't mind. He didn't really say anything about it, or I guess we just let him know, but about this old photo. I found it while investigating. I recognize you and the other museum staff, but could you tell me more about the other 3 people pictured here? Unfortunately, this is another scenario where my wings are tied, Detective. I'm not at liberty to disclose the details of their identities. They were, in one way or another, all associated with the museum in the past, but I can't say any more than that. It's a wonder how you get anything done these days with so much red tape around. Like you wouldn't believe. Do you have something else to discuss, or are you going to get back to work? There's always another question, I'm afraid. Actually, there's no other question, so... Why would you not be able to say anything? That doesn't make any sense. Aye, Detective. What can I do for you? Let's start with a few questions, if you wouldn't mind. About your keys. These keys? What about them? Wait a minute. You have your keys on you? Well, yeah. Can't you see I'm holding them right in front of you, Detective? Well, then whose keys do I have? Oh, you are, aren't you? It doesn't look like the developers gave you that animation, but they're right here in stunning detail. I love it when games are self-aware. That's hilarious. The developers? Don't worry about it. That's not even the strangest part. If you have your keys, then whose do I have in evidence right now? Oh my gosh, I have it. I swear to God, the second you hit record on a video, eyelashes will just plummet into your eyeballs. Like, they wait until you're making a video and then just wee free for all, quick, while she's reading something. And you're just like, I'm blinded. Oh gosh, my eyes have betrayed me. Never mind, just forget it. We should move on anyways. Alrighty. So about this old photo. I noticed the museum's current staff, but I'm not sure about the others. What can you tell me about them? Oh, wow! I never got my own copy of this photo. We took it at the staff dinner. Must have been a couple years back now. That older fella there is the mechanic, but he's sadly passed away now. I guess seeing him again kinda hit me all at once, you know. Oh, my apologies. I didn't know. It's okay, Detective. I just wish you could have met him. I think you'd have gotten along well. He was mighty grumpy mechanic, but he had a heart of gold, and I tell you, he loved this museum, as much as he complained about it. Ah, yeah, I know the type. I'm sorry for your loss. It's all right. Time moves on, and so do we. And hey, if there's a way I could get a copy of that photo when this is all over, I'd appreciate it. I'll see what I can do. I don't think we have anything else to discuss, but I will immediately. There was a grumpy... Oh, not the son. Mechanic. Alright, there we go. I bet that's on the keys. The artist said the guard had dropped them during the chaos of the incident earlier, although it does make me wonder why he would have needed this many strange keys, and stranger yet, the guard denied the set belonged to him at all. That's weird. I don't really got anything for that. Apparently I got nothing to talk to you about. Oh, I thought the vent was here. Where was the vent that let me actually do something about it? Spins. Not in here. Oh, I can talk to you, though. Private eyes watch. Okay, yeah, let's get to it. About this film. Oh, right. Where'd you find that detective? Funny coincidence, right? Considering I've got your camera and evidence and all. You know, the one that you assured me didn't have any film in it. And surely this film wouldn't fit in. Oh, wow, would you look at that? It fits. Just right. Like you said, just a silly coincidence. If I have to spell it out any further, I might have grounds to charge for contempt. Is that what you're going for? All right, you got it. Not only did I have film in my camera, I may have taken a few photos. I didn't think it would have been that important. I'm just saying. I was just trying to save my hide if word got back to the curator. You understand that, right? Obscuring the truth for personal gain, I can't say I do, although it's not the first time I've witnessed it. I mean, all's well that ends well, at least. If it helps solve this case, I'm relieved you found out. It could turn out to be incredibly important, yes. Let's move on to I don't think there's anything else I can ask you, actually. Was it this one, maybe? No. I know there's one around here. Can I help you, ma'am? Really? Salutations, detective. Have you solved the case? Oh boy. Alright, what do you have? I bet about this old photo. I doubt you would know much about it, but do you recognize anyone other than the museum staff pictured here? The gentleman there looks like some kind of technician. Does that help, detective? I can't operate solely on assumptions and impressions, but it's a thought that counts. Yes, that is what they say. If you learn more, I would be interested to know. I'll do my best, but I have a couple more. What was the point of that? Oh, now you're rubbing on the microphone. Are you in love with the microphone? Alright. Yeah. You probably... About this old photo. I see you pictured here next to the curator and the guard. Could you tell me more about the others? Oh, yeah, for sure. That's the historian there, although after I was hired, it wasn't too long before she left. Regardless, in that short time, I looked up to her vast expertise. It was like she just knew everything about art history, the culture even, anthropology. Do you know why they decided to part ways with the museum? No, I don't. It was pretty unceremonious. In fact, I'd come in for my shift one day and realized it had been a couple of weeks since I saw them last. A couple of weeks? Okay. We'll have to keep asking around. It was just a couple of weeks. Gosh, I haven't spoken to that. I guess they're renowned? A renowned historian? I don't know who's shady, but... Alright, you got nothing to say. Nothing here either. Quite sus. I was about to say, there's no way you don't know. About this old photo. You wouldn't happen to recognize any of the people pictured here, would you? Aside from the obvious. Oh dear, now that's a face I didn't expect to see when I woke up this morning. Oh, and who's that? The gentleman there on the right side. He's an investor. One of the unscrupulous morons. We've only crossed paths a couple of times, and I consider myself lucky to never do so again. Quite the strong opinion. Well, I have other inquiries to make before I go. Alright, so... That must be the shady investor. About this old photo. I was wondering if you could tell me about the person pictured here, the historian? Sure can. She was an absolute fountain of knowledge. No one could shut down the critics' incessant debating faster. Ha! Do you know why they parted with the museum? Aside from being destined for greater heights than this, I don't know the details, but I always heard it was a budget issue. You want my opinion? It was the best thing that could have happened to them. I wouldn't have been surprised if they volunteered. Interesting. Do you know what's happened to them since? I heard they were heading up in the department in Weaselton, D.C. at one of those national museums. I see. Unlikely to be connected to tonight's events, then. Let's see if I have any more questions for you. No, I do not. Is this it? I know I saw one. Guys, have I lost my mind? Or wait. It was in... No, that's down. That's not what I wanted to do. Nope. It might be on this balcony. Yes! This air duct has been witness to some pivotal moments of the evening, huh? Are you not gonna let me use the screwdriver? That's just rude. That's just rude. Alright. The other three suspects whom I have not met include the historian, the mechanic, and the investor. The former two parted ways with the museum for various reasons, but it's unclear if the investor is still in association. The historian was well respected during her time at the museum, while the mechanic was described as a bit of a curmudgeon. His faithful tenure was not forgotten. The investor, however, seems to be another story with quite the negative reputation. Sus stuff. Alright, I don't think anyone's lying so far. No red. No red. I do have a bit of stuff here. So the investor... Oh, where's my... Why are you not letting me... That's weird. That was really weird. So the shady investor. There was an old blank, a strange blank, and the blank... I'm assuming that's an old photograph. A strange blank. Strange receipt? A strange receipt. Was it a receipt? It wasn't really a receipt. It was more like a document. But I don't see a strange or strange... No, logs is plural. And the disc, which I don't have the word for. Accessible from the... computer on the desk? Do I have desk from the computer on the accessible from the blank? I just not have the words. Blank. The blank. Blank. So this is about the maintenance room. Was blank blank. The blank with the blank on the does and I don't have relationship, which really seemed like to everyone, though? I felt like I talked to everyone here. So do I just go see if they did everything? Hey, you got my stuff for me? Oh, wait, I can call the investment? Chances will get the same answering machine messages before, so there's no reason to waste time trying. Oh, then why was it not? What would you like me to do now? Okay, nothing. We got the screwdriver. You know, I have to wait for results. And we'll have to wait for results. So it seems like this, but... The C button, like our note isn't red, which is telling me that there's more to do, but I'm not a bajillion% sure what more it would like me to do right now, because I talk to everybody. This might be the first time a little bit like, huh? Well, now what? Did I miss something? Like, sorry, I'm just going back and forth, but I'm like, what would you like me to do in this moment? Oh, hi. You have a thing. About the investor. Must we, detective? I simply have nothing positive to say. I have reason to believe he may be intertwined with this, so I'm doing my due diligence on the matter, that's all. Intertwined. It wouldn't surprise me if he had an icy grip on it, detective. That's his business. That cursed, pathetic financial prey's on downtrodden artists, failed institutions, and any client they can swindle. Of course, everything starts to look up in the beginning, and you put even more trust in them. The good days won't stop. Then it's a miscalculation, an unfortunate circumstance, and before you know it, you're in debt. More debt than you can imagine, and only one way out. Hi, Tracy. Trust the process. The process is designed to eat you alive forever. I have nothing positive to say on the matter. I may regret asking, but I must. Is this a personal matter for you? Art is personal. It's human, wonderfully flawed, and those corporate... Hello, ma'am. Those corporate suits only understand cold, destructive, and disturbingly calculated. I can't say I understand, but I'd like to think I can empathize. Okay, you can't rub on my microphone. Listen, Drizzy, I love you, okay? You're my cat. You're cute. Get out of here, you fluffy butt! I'm not sure what to say, so why don't we move on? But I don't think there is anything else to move on. Okay, so now it's saying we have all the words, which is not great for me. Because... that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No. What did I... R&T. There we go. It seems the blank... Between the blank and the blank put the... I'm assuming the museum into debt. Because that... The museum... into debt. I'm actually just, honestly, just putting sentences, but nothing was... What? Nothing was revealed, and nothing was... Nothing was opened, nothing was dropped, destroyed. I'd say nothing was proven, but we don't have that word. So, honestly, revealed is the only one that makes sense in that sentence. It seems the blank. The what? There's something between the is investment one, the The contract? Maybe the contract between the curator and the investor put the museum into debt, but nothing was tripped. Stabbed? Nothing was stabbed. Was it? Don't know. Drizzy, dear, baby, darling, go away. Conversely, the blank will be blank by the blank to learn more. Hacked. The disc will be hacked by the police. The disc, the logs? Okay, the what? The is it just logs? Doesn't make sense. By the police, right? Do I have police? By the officer? By the I'm assuming it's officer, because I don't know what else that would be. Okay. So that's gonna be an object. A plain sculpture? A sculpture. Blank the... Jeez, Pete. I'm assuming it's talking about sculpture. But a sculpture what? What did a sculpture do? Nope, that's not... Again, why do you keep doing that? Oh, because my fingers are on the wrong key. A sculpture did what? What could it... What could... A sculpture fell... It revealed? A sculpture revealed the door? No. It hid! No! A sculpture hid the door. To the... Okay, it hid the door. It's literally bit by bit to the locations. To the back room. On the blank... What was it? It was on a balcony, right? So, what room was that? To the exhibit balcony? No. To the... Well, actually, I don't know. It was blank. It what? The sculpture? No, the door? The door was blank. The door was locked. It was opened by the key. The door was opened. It was opened, I don't know, with the key. From the, give us the key. Artist gave us the key. Okay. There was an old photograph, a strange receipt. I think it's receipt. And the computer? And the logs? The alarm? And the alarm? Accessible from the computer on the... Why is desk not... Wait, is desk a location? Yes. Okay. There we go. Oh, fudge. An old photograph, a strange... Is it receipt? A strange... And the alarm, accessible from the computer on the desk. So, I feel like receipt is... Contract! It wasn't a receipt, it was a contract. Yeah, boy. And the photograph was the renowned historian, the grumpy mechanic, and the shady investor. I know that's right. It seems the contract between the curator and the investor put the museum into debt, but nothing was... the only one that makes sense is revealed. Nothing was revealed. Fudge. Also, I don't know if these are mixed, so let me do that, because it might be stupid like that. Because that actually makes sense to me. That's actually really dumb, game. I'm glad I thought about that, because I was just like, Conversely, the blank will be hacked by the officer to learn more. So, the alarm will be hacked? No. The logs will be hacked? Aha! I knew I was onto something! Only the best cases have secret rooms and mysterious figures. This one even has redacted documents. It doesn't get better than that. Let's keep digging. If we're exceptionally lucky, we'll uncover something paranormal too. It was ghosts. No, wait, sorry. Aliens. Aliens aren't paranormal. Are they? Paranormal? I mean, so I guess so. Come to think of it, I should check with the officer again about that film. It might be developed by now. Yeah, because it certainly wasn't the last time I went there. Oh, I feel so cool when I play these games. Alright, I just want... I want the notifications to go away. Please, notifications go away. Thank you. Oh, wait, you have something to say. Well, hold on. Let me wait, and then I'll do my rounds again. Since we've done... The beginning of the game is the longest part, because you have to talk to everyone for the first time, get everything, and now it should hypothetically be a lot faster as we're going boom, 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 boom. But hold on, I want to look at the new part. Oh, we're gonna figure out who did it? The blank was going to be blank by the blank. When he blanked the blank the blank of the blank into the blank. So the blank could be blank. However, according to the blank, his blank was blank, causing the blank to be blank. So, the blank, in the blank, where a blank was also blank. Ah, but of course. According to the blank, that blank was blank. Ugh, never would have guessed it. The blank that was blank and blank from the blank was also a blank. Also a blank, guys. Who would have guessed it? I would have. Call me Detective Spooks on the case. I really want to play Ace Attorney now. Who should I call? The police department. Detective! Hope the case is coming along smoothly. What can I do for you? Give me my film, my dude. I'm just checking back up on that film you had to pick up. How's that going? Oh, yeah. Good news. I just got word from the lab that it's done. I'll be right over to show you. Can't you just describe... Well, he's already there. Good evening again, Detective. You know, you could have just told me the important details over the phone. You didn't have to drive out here again. Ah, but the picture's worth 1,000 words. Haven't you ever heard that, Detective? Honk. As for this one, the angle is a bit skewed, and it looks like it was taken in motion, so it's a bit blurry. But if you look right here... That's a tail! A thin white tail. The student in the sculpture gallery. According to his testimony, he would have been in the foyer when this photo was taken. That was a lie! I couldn't have asked for a better breakthrough, officer. This really was a huge help. I need to get back in there post-haste. No fire, Detective. And if you need anything else, don't hesitate to call again. Yes. Everything's coming together now. Is it? Is it, though? Is it? Like, we know he lied, but... Why was it... It doesn't... Oh, here we go. Wait, the podcaster. The fighting continued, however, when the alarm sounded. The startling noise caused the podcaster to drop the camera. Why is that red? So, I'm assuming I would put the photograph. I see. That makes sense. Of course, she wouldn't have told me about the photo, considering how badly she wanted to hold on to the film. All's well that ends well, though. This film was just the thing I needed to crack this case wide open. Again, I don't know if that's really the case. And what does that have to do with the podcast? I'm really not sure about that one, to be totally honest with you. But what is this saying? Oh, the film. Film is down here. During the hold on. A photography film canister that once belonged to the tourists and a photo developed from it. Oh, so that was the first part. And then analysis of the film as performed by the police department revealed an intriguing revelation. The accidental photo captured a thin white tail in the sculpture exhibit despite the student's supposed timeline. So we can go talk to the student and be like, why you big fat liar pants with your pants on fire? Wait, why can't I... What? That accidental photograph proves I should investigate every potential hiding place. I was doing that before, and this one is a prime suspect. No, how about the one on the balcony where the dude died? And with the screwdriver, I should be able to... Aha! Gasp! I found it! The Optimus Diamond! And in an air duct! Be careful now. This gemstone is worth more than all 9 of my lives. Immediately into evidence with you. What's this? There's something else in here. A rolled canvas. Wait a second. Even I recognize this. But isn't it supposed to be hanging in the fine art gallery? Oh, no. I've got a sinking feeling this case isn't as close as I thought. I should show this to an expert I can trust. Why would you think you can trust anyone? Also, why the student? Now in the sculpture exhibit, the student attempted to hide as he heard the terrible sound of the shattering glass. Well, I think that's a little bit sus, as the diamond's here. I see. That makes sense. Of course, he was trying to hide. He was trying to hide a diamond he had stolen. He stashed it in the air duct, but he couldn't have come up with his backup plan on the fly, right? Why not? It's an air duct. It's just... Why do you think he needs an accomplice for that? I want to see the diamond. Ooh. Oh, hey, I recognize that one. Famous showcase piece of the Kreenberg Museum and subject of an attempted heist. The gargantuan gemstone is said to be worth an unspeakable value and of great historical and cultural importance. It's been displayed in many exhibitions and has been and had many owners since it was unearthed. In fact, it has been the subject of many attempted heists in that time as well. Some believe it to be a cursed artifact, but detailing that shit further would be like opening a big can of tuna. As for its context in today's events, someone attempted to steal it again. Their plan went seemingly sideways, forcing them to stash it in an air duct, likely to avoid prosecution in the fallout. The question remains, as always, who did this? Honest to God, we asked if we could look at the student's backpack, and he was like, nope. And we were like, oh, okay, I guess we can't do that. So he could have just put it in his backpack. A famous canvas painted, found stashed in an air duct. A painting on canvas which appears identical to an exhibit which is currently hung in the fine art exhibit. It depicts 2 canine folk embracing in a friendly embrace, perhaps laughing together. Oddly, I found it alongside the heisted gemstone in the sculpture exhibit's air duct. I may be a detective, but there's nothing visually off about this, so why are there 2? I should ask an expert. This reminds me of, I think it was the critic? Yeah, who was talking about how he was upset that the museum had a bunch of counterfeits, and he knew of at least 3. So if I had to take a guess, I would say that someone, forget the gemstone. I think either maybe the curator. I'm gonna blame it on the curator. I would say that the curator has been stealing paintings and replacing them with counterfeits. It's like, oh, who's gonna notice, right? And that's what he's been selling off for the museum. That's what I think is going on and why that painting is there. I think the one that's up there is a counterfeit and the real one's been sold off. The diamond being there is either a complete coincidence of like, oh crud, we both stashed our stuff in the same place, or it would be the same thing as an attempt to sell the real one by replacing it with a fake, but you just, like, didn't get the chance to replace it with a fake. Maybe the artist is responsible for drawing the counterfeit paintings? But I bet that's why these paintings are like this. That's what I'm going. It's a theory, guys. Can I, where's my, I have to find, where, sometimes I move around and it doesn't actually, can I click on anything? No? Cool. Why would you not let me? All right, that's fine. I didn't need to do that anyway. Okay, I had to take a brief interlude in the middle there, so let's start talking to people. Oh, you're innocent. I know. I don't think you're innocent. Is it that important? I don't think it is. Let's not do that. Actually, about this photo. Would you mind taking a look at it and telling me what you see? It's like the, oh, what do they call them? The Rorschach tests? Look at this photo and tell me what you see. These ink blob, and it will give me a insight into your psyche. Well, I don't really see much, Detective. It's pretty blurry. But what about right here? Does this thin white tail look familiar to you? Are you trying to say that's my tail? I guess it does look pretty similar, but what of it? By all my calculations, this will put you in a pretty interesting place at a pretty interesting time. I don't know what you're talking about. Sure, you can see my tail, but there's no way to tell what's going on out of frame. As much as you like to deny it, the implication is too strong. I'm giving you a chance to confess here before it's too late. I have nothing to confess. I'm innocent. It's until proven guilty, isn't it? You're right. So I'll just have to prove it. Until then, I have other questions. Okay, Detective, if you say so. And I do have other questions. About the diamond. Detective, I saw you open the air duct over there. I know you've already found the diamond, so you don't have to be so dramatic. Wait, how did you know it was in... Once you had that photo, I knew my time was up. So cuff me or whatever you have to do. Luckily for you, this case isn't closed yet. I have a few threads that still need pulled, so you have a bit longer until I draw conclusions. Didn't he just basically confess to stealing it? What do you say, Detective? But I don't see how else this could really go. Before I go, I have to ask, how did you do it? It was easier than you'd think. Okay, so he is confessing to it. Got it. Well, not too easy considering we couldn't pull it off, but still, the punk opened the display and I took the diamond. Then he went upstairs to create a distraction for me. After that, I just had to wait for the foyer to be empty and make my way out. But I heard the gunshot go off. We agreed it was only a last resort. I know he wouldn't have killed anyone, but it made me hesitate. When I decided to leave him behind, the doors were already locked. The security system was supposed to recognize him, but I guess that didn't work. So I moved to the backup plan and tried to wait it out. I see. I have plenty more questions about this entire situation, so there's no sense in stopping now, shall we? Oh gosh, now I have a bunch of stuff. Why did you do it? What kind of question is that, Detective? If I have a really good reason, it's not like it'll suddenly be okay. No, probably not, but it can help me build a better picture of what's happened, and sometimes that can help, so please, be honest with me. Well, it's worth a lot of money, you know? Split 2 ways, even 3, 4, 5 ways, it's still a ton. Why do you have to mention more? Were there more people involved? This is gonna sound so cliche, but with that kind of money, the punk could have finally paid for his surgery. Of course, there's something like that going on. Surgery? For what sort of condition? Something with his heart. I don't know much about the really intimate details. They don't bleed right, they have a weak pulse, some muscle deficiency. Look, I'm not a doctor, and frankly, I don't hold up well to anything medical. It's just bad, okay? This was the only way we could have fixed it, I think. I'm going to say a very strange sentence right now. My coworkers make fun of me all the time because we talk about it. In veterinary medicine, we are the least paid medical personnel. So if you go through all of this to become a doctor, which you are a doctor, a veterinarian doctor, which has to go through all, I don't even know what, 8, 10 years of medical school, whatever the nonsense of that all is, you are a doctor. and yet you will be paid shockingly less than a human doctor, even though the amount of schooling and the amount of student debt is the same. And kind of like the same with all of us, like, you know, if you're an LVT, a licensed vet tech, you are technically like an animal, like, nurse-ish, like in the human way, and like it's still going to school, it's still getting degrees and doing all of this stuff, and it's a lot of stuff, oh my gosh. But you will be paid shockingly less because it's for animals and not people. So I'm just like, all right, guys, it's time to rob a bank. And I was like, hold on a second. If you lost everything, right, and you were homeless, why wouldn't you rob a bank? Because either one, you're going to succeed, and you just, woohoo, I robbed the bank, yes! Or two, you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna go to jail, which I know is not a lovely place, but, hear me out, and I've never been, so I don't know, but, free food, even if it is awful, it's still free, roof over your head, better medical care than I probably have, to be frankly honest with you. Also, free schooling, too. They pay for your schooling to go there. So, please don't rob banks and tell people that Missy Spooks told you to rob a bank. Sounds a lot more redeemable than, say, buying a tropical island somewhere, don't you think? Whatever. It doesn't matter now. Perhaps it doesn't. Would you mind if I asked a few more questions, then? Alright. What else? Oh, we got a bunch. About the punk. You said you were friends. Would you mind telling me a bit more? No, I don't know what there is to say, and if you're just fishing for more evidence, well, I don't have anything, to say either. No, I was hoping you could just tell me more about him. Would that be okay? Like what? He was a punk through and through. All my other friends from university said he was just a bad influence. And maybe they were right. He apparently got me tied up in all of this, didn't he? No, that's not fair. Besides, I've known him for far longer than anyone, so what do they really know? How long did you know each other? How did you meet? We were just kids, meeting like any two kids do. I don't even remember what it was exactly. Probably trading cards or video game, kid stuff. Stuff that bullies would make fun of you for, at least until they got a swift right hook to the nose. He had your back. I could understand that. And I had his. Or I was supposed to. At least enough to hold him back. Detective, I know this will sound strange, but I just don't want to hold on to this right now. It's hard to look at. Could you take it? There's a little kid. What is? Actually, that doesn't matter right now. Of course I can hold on to it. You shouldn't blame yourself for what happened. I know it's not that easy, but I hope you can trust me on that. Cats all got fed, so now they have extra zoomies, and boy, today do they have zoomies. Sprinkles being extra cute. Now, there are a few more things we can go over. Alright, what did I just get? I don't know. Oh, there's a bunch of things. About this painting. Oh, that was in the... I happened to find it alongside the gemstone. Did you have anything to do with it? You have to trust me, detective. This time I am telling you the truth when I say I have no idea why that was in there. I think I was right. Oh, I think it was just a coincidence that the gem and the painting were together. I'm certain that the curator is cutting out paintings or just replacing them with fakes, just like the one dude said, and he is selling them off to pay his debts. Absolutely. So, you noticed it was in there earlier this evening. I did, but there wasn't enough time to think about it. Has it stumped you as much as it stumped me? No, I know exactly what that's all about. Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, yes, for now. After I make more inquiries with you, I'm going to get back to investigating it. Okay, detective, if you say so. Now, about your plan. How did you know to hide the diamond in the sculpture gallery? We decided on it beforehand. I know it might seem like we were just a pair of amateurs, especially since everything fell apart, but we gave it some thought. Ugh, look at me. What am I even saying? Trying to justify that I'm good at being a criminal. Oh my goodness, well hello. Sorry, suddenly a kitten just tried to attack me. Oh my goodness gracious. Sprinkle isn't very good at jumping, so I have to give her a little help. You wanna be my lap kitten? Nope. Oh, you wanna climb on top of the desk and be a tiny menace. Okay, that's cool. Please don't pull any cords out. What? I don't know what she's doing. Alright. She's just being a kitten. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's really hot. Oh, I bit my tongue. Oh, pain. Pain in my soul. Oh, I bit my tongue. Oh, no. Oh, I did not expect it to be that hot. Ow. That hurt. Oh, gosh, my tongue is burnt. Oh, no. Hello, Sprinkle. Ow. I'm pretty sure I just gave, like, my throat third-degree burns. Nope, don't step on the keyboard, little kitten. Hey, come on. Look at this nice, super soft lap that you can lay down on and be cute. She goes, nope, I have way too much energy. Whee! That's weird. The truth is, we were hired to do it. Huh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But only the punk ever communicated with them. And they weren't prepared to deal with pretty much every contingency. They knew it all, except for the security system, I guess. Well, they told us about it, but the punk figured out how it actually worked, so we could get around it. I hacked his ID into the system remotely. It seemed really easy to accomplish in the moment, but in retrospect, that's why we had a backup plan. And that was? If for some reason I couldn't get to the front doors, or they were locked, which they were, I was supposed to go into the sculpture gallery and put it into the air duct. Whoever hired us was willing to have someone come through and pick it up later, but that's all we were told. So presumably, they would have had other means of entry. Perhaps they just needed someone to get it out of the display. Strange. I mean, whatever you think, detective. Like I said, we had pretty explicit instructions, and it seemed like whoever they were, they had a ton of contingencies. Not some amateur thieves is right. I've got a few other actually, I don't think I have anything else to talk to you about. Okay, see, if it was just those two, I'd be okay with that, but so there was someone behind them, which is kind of strange. Alright. About this artwork. Oh yeah, you were literally standing right there. I've discovered it under strange circumstances, so would you mind looking it over for me? Oh, I hope those strange circumstances weren't taking it off the wall and out of its frame. No, not as simple as that. The exhibit is still hanging right where you last saw it. That's because... Oh, the original's still hanging there because this one is a counterfeit. The inconsistencies are subtle, especially in this style. Why would something like this be here, Detective? Oh, so this is the counterfeit, so they haven't hung it up on the wall just yet. Little Sprinkle, what do you want? She's attacking me. Viciously. Why would something like this be here, Detective? You know, don't you? I have my suspicions, but nothing definitive yet. I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just stashed there. I don't like this one bit. If you find out more, you'll tell me, right? Only what I'm at liberty to disclose, but I'll continue to rely on your expertise as needed. Well, if I were you, I'd look over any other artwork you've come across tonight. Who knows what else could have been missed? A good idea, but until then, I might have a couple more. I don't think there's anything else I have to tell you. It's funny because I was watching the first video, and it literally teaches you that you can rotate it, and I just absolutely 100% completely forgot about that, and then was like, oh, you can rotate it, and was surprised that I could do so. Normally something appears over stuff that we can look at, so I don't know if I'm supposed to look, like, literally look at other artwork. Kittens are menaces. Alright, is there anything? Okay, no one's lying, so we just got more stuff added to our stuff. We do have this. As for its context in today's events, the student attempted to steal it again. You can steal it again. His plan, however, went sideways, forcing him to stash it within the air deck, attempting to avoid prosecution fall. And then I found it alongside the authentic gemstone in the sculpture exhibit's air duct. Surprisingly, it's a counterfeit reproduction, as proven by the expert guide. They were quite disturbed at the revelation. What else around here could be falsified? I feel like feel like the critic already told us that. Blank the book. Hold on. If I go back to here, firstly the logs packed. Alright, this is about the door. So this should be about the theft itself, right? Blank. Buy the blank. Blank the blank. And I'm like, is this about the gem or the painting? I know we don't have everything, but it's like this would be like the student hid the, or no, the, like this is like the counterfeit of the painting into the vent, so the real could be sold. That's awful, but all right, no, I need more words. I need more words. I'm not sure. I need more words. So what else could be found here? Are you going to tell me which ones specifically are sus? Do I have to click on everything? Forgot I can't get back down. And there wasn't anything... Yeah, we're just not gonna talk about that one, please. Alright, you go. Oh, you have something to say. Today's events. During. Certainly. About the diamond. What about it, detective? Have you finally figured out what happened? To an extent, I have. You'll be pleased to know that I've recovered the jewel. Oh, my, wonderful. It can be returned to its podium, and then we can call it a night. Unfortunately, more questions have been raised in the process. I'm going to need to keep it for a bit and continue my investigation. Ugh, this better not be some bureaucratic tomfoolery you're pulling. Although, I suppose the display case was broken, so the diamond might be more safe in your care. For now. I appreciate your understanding. I don't want to act too hastily and allow something like this to occur again. That is a concern I hadn't considered. Fine, but don't push your luck. You've already been sniffing outside my authority, and I've excused it thus far. As I've said before, I do what must be done in the name of true justice, however long it takes. Although, the officer probably has some crucial evidence ready that could speed this investigation up for you, Curator. Before I go check on that, I have nothing else. I would love to go check on that, actually. I don't know what picture it is that I'm supposed to look at. The police department. Check it! Hope this case is coming along smoothly. What can I do for you? About the alarm. Has anyone at the station been able to crack into the logs yet? You're in luck. They just cracked it. And let me tell you, there's a lot here. Bad news is there's far too much for me to relay over the phone. Oh, officer, you really don't have to come over to the museum again. It's fine. What's the planning on it? Honk. The lab told me I could, under no circumstances, print out all these logs and take them to you. Something about being 8 months of the station's paper budget. But it's searchable, at least. Do you have anything I could cross-reference with the logs? That would give us a good place to start. I don't think so. What should I be looking for? Have the looks of it. There's timestamps, exhibits, and registered aliases, among other things. It's pretty difficult to parse. Searching for a registered username would probably be the easiest, so I guess I'll call back when I have something like that. I'm here, detective. I decided to pick up an overnight shift so I can keep helping out. Click. Where am I gonna find a username in all this museum mess now? Ooh, I have no idea. Username? I would assume... Actually, let me check the other vents. Can I check the other vents? No, not that vent. That vent is not important. I would assume we would just go check the computer again and see if there was anything like that in there that we just didn't do before. Oh, I check this out. This pedestal, what should I investigate? The exhibit placard. The plaque reads, Optimus Diamond circa 1700. You really gave me the runaround, didn't you, precious little stone? Regardless, I'm glad you're safe. Why would you... Oh, the debris. You know, there are plenty more pieces of this statue laying about. Perhaps I should take the time to look over at least one more. This is likely just wishful thinking on my part, but it couldn't hurt. Okay. That's up here. Oh, hey! What's that? What? Oh, of course! I knew there was something else here. A second examination was necessary. I knew it, although a bit later than maybe I should have. But there's no use dwelling on that now. This is an indication of forgery! A strange one, but I bet the guide will know more. Sus? Yes, when I'm forging things, I definitely want to put a signature on it so they know it's a forgery. Alright, about today's events, about that film. I sent it to the station and had it developed. Most of the photos weren't relevant, but this one. Do you notice anything interesting about it? I hate to say this, detective, because I don't want to burst your bubble or anything, but it's real blurry. That's because it was taken in motion, falling from someone's frightened paws. Oh, I see what you did there. Is this your way of telling me I was holding back important evidence? You super can't blame me though, right? Like, I could have gone so viral with that film. Actually, what are the chances I can get a copy? You do that for me, wouldn't you? I've already turned the film over to the police, so no, I don't think I'll be doing that. Ugh, so lame. Apologies. Let's move. Like, I don't, like, what good did that do me? That didn't do me any good at all. Let's see. About this old photo. I hate to be too persistent on the matter, but are you positive you don't know anyone pictured here? I've given that some thought. And I feel good. Would you allow me to be honest with you? I don't know why I couldn't bring myself to say so, but the technician I pointed out there, he was my father. He was? Oh, I see. I'm sorry for your loss. I respect your kind words, but they are not required. Some of my very early memories are within this museum, in a time before the curator took over. He loved this place. Even without infrequently, he acknowledged it. I knew what he meant when he said there was no reason to ever retire. I spoke to the guard about him, and he said as much. It sounds like he was well respected. Yes, I believe he was, but after many years, retirement was chosen for him. He didn't live long after that. He would always say, if I sit down now, I'm not going to be able to stand back up. But I never took that literally. My dearest apologies. I didn't mean to open old wounds. I know it can be hard. I hope you wouldn't mind if I move on to another topic before I go. I don't have any other topic. And I still don't see anything sus about any of the pieces, unless they literally do want me to just go. Oh, I'm behind a pillar. Oops. About this artwork. Now, I have my suspicions with this one, but I'd like you to confirm just in case. Are these pieces of the miniature Maui? I think it's Moai, isn't it? Oh god, I'm so bad. I'm sorry. Are these the pieces of the miniature Moai statue? Wait, you had a right to be suspicious, detective. Just look at this sculpture's stamp. It must also be a fake. Well, what's left of it anyway. That makes 2 counterfeit art pieces here in the museum, and this one was on display. Do you really think it could have been replaced by someone? You must have some idea. At this point, I think it's clear. There was something else going on behind the scenes, but I'm not sure what. For now, I have a couple other things. I actually have nothing to say to you. That's what I have to say. Nothing. Oh, we have enough. Okay, so that's probably, I was like, we have enough to solve this, obviously. Yeah, we definitely have enough to solve this. Oh, gosh. Okay, I think this one here is whatever's going on the left side. I think that that top one is gonna be that the student hid the diamond in the vent. Wait, in the exhibit, sorry, in the sculpture exhibit vent where a painting was also whatever. Does that make sense? Yeah, in the air duct. Yeah, that was counterfeit. According to, all right, that painting? Yeah, according to, where a painting was also, okay, I think we're good. Paid, stashed. It's also stashed. The student hid, or it's gonna be stashed, I'm not sure which. Hid the diamond. The gemstone? Alright, and then we got places, so it's the sculpture exhibit. Sculpture exhibit air duct, where a painting was, oh. Hey! Yes! And oh, that's, keep hitting that. According to the, where are you? Not the curator. Guide. That painting was counterfeit. The blank that was blank and blank from the blank was also a counterfeit. Okay, so this is the statue, or the sculpture. The sculpture that was, what, shot? That was blank and blank. That was shot and fell? I think it's shot, because it was shot. It was shot and it fell from the balcony, right? That would be my guess. Was also a counter. Alright, now, according to the guide, that painting, because we're talking about the one up top, the painting was counterfeit. The sculpture, it is a sculpture. It's not is it a statue? Hey, it is a statue that was shot and fell from the balcony, was also a counterfeit. Oh, I feel cool. So this is gonna be about stealing things. According to the student, according to the blank, his blank was blank, causing the blank to be blank. The blank was going to be blank by the blank when he blanked the blank. The blank... So it could be... However, what? The blank was going to be blank by the blank when he blanked the blank. It was going to be... blank by the blank. I don't know what that's talking about. Like, is it talking about the punk or the student? I have sold? Because we already have hiding the gemstone. Oh, the ID. So this is the student. The student put the ID of the punk. Do I have just put actions? He put the ID of the punk into the alarm, so the diamond could be stolen. Could be, or the case. All right, what do I got? What do I got? All right, he put the ID of the punk into the, I'm assuming it's the alarm and not the computer. So the glass case could be opened. Let's see, do we have open? We do have open. Okay. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. So we need an action. Marky dropped, hacked, dash, replaced? That doesn't make any sense. I don't think that's right. He hid, open, and that also might be computer, not alarm. So let me try computer instead. That's not the right one. He just put it in there. Let's see, hold on. Let me see if I don't use this very much. Pause for alarm. I'm just seeing if there's any kind of, like, what word would it be? There's a student. No, because it doesn't talk about what he did beforehand. So he did something. Is it not hacked? He hacked the ID? It is hacked! That's stupid, but okay. However, according to the blank, his blank was blank. Causing... According, like, his blank is what? His... According to the blank. According to what? I was like, the gun was shot. Was going to be blank by the... Like, this part right here seems to dictate, like, getting paid. Do we have paid? We do. Okay, so how about the punk was gonna be paid But we don't know who did it. We don't know the person who's behind all this. Artist, daughter. We almost got like all the words. Don't know. The client? When he sold, when he hacked, when he stole the gem, he was gonna be paid for his surgery. It's the gemstone. I wish I could use my mouse, but you can't. Oh, cool! Yes! However, according to the blank. Now, this one, so it has to be, it can't be a person. So, what do we know that's 2 words? Because I don't really know what this one's talking about. His blank was blank, causing the door to be locked. Like, I'm assuming something went wrong, and so the door was locked. Now that one I'm assuming is correct, because then it goes on to say, so the student hid the gemstone because the door was locked. So according to the blank, it's not a person because it's 2 words. So according to the computer log, that's the location. According to the logs, right? So it would be the computer logs, right? What do the computer logs say? According to the computer logs, his blank was blank. The student hacked the ID of the punk into the computer so the glass case could be opened. However, according to the computer, his ID was faulty? His ID was... What was wrong with the ID? I don't remember. Fudge. His ID was hacked? Was replaced? But wasn't that... He was supposed to replace it. Oh, okay. Alright, that's close. Was his ID, according to the... Is it computer logs or is it alarm logs? Hold on, let me try alarm. And if that doesn't work, I'm gonna do was hacked. Let's go! Aha! I knew I was onto something. Frick yeah. I thought we were nearing a closed case, but this is a real mess. It's like I'm being led on some obscure scavenger hunt, almost like a video game. Could it all be a massive conspiracy? No catnaps until we can say for sure. I wasn't planning on taking a catnap. Now, I did decide this later on. I'm actually gonna call this one here. Yeah, we good on time, because we have 2 more left. So we're on 5 and then 6. So I figured even though this is a really, really long game, 2 per video makes sense. And so this will be a 3-part series. So I'm gonna call this one here. It's starting to come together a little bit. I didn't see the student and the punk working together, but that kind of makes sense. But the fact that there's this whole other conspiracy, I know the curator is replacing things with counterfeits. But I suspect that someone else, like the art or the old-timer, is the one who's making the counterfeits. Someone's gonna be involved with making it. Maybe everyone's guilty. You all did it. It's everybody here. That would be funny. I don't know, but we'll find out next time. If you enjoyed that as much as I did, hit the like button. We all like buttons. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out so much. In the description below is a link to my Patreon. You can help support the channel so we can continue to get awesome, amazing games like this. I'm enjoying the heck out of this one. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next episode. I'll see you. Bye! And a massive thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Seriously, you are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. You guys are keeping this all going. You're the best.